To conclude this lesson on non-right angle triangles, we will be finding the area of triangles using sine. Guys, please ensure that you've watched section 1 through to 4 so that you are better prepared to answer any question involving sine and cosine rule as well. So guys, let's go. In order to use sine to find the area of a non-right angle triangle, we must know two sides and the angle in between those two sides. If we do not do that, we cannot use the rule for sine for non-right angle triangles as it relates to finding area. So let's consider this triangle ABC. If we are going to use the sine rule for finding the area of this triangle, this is what I mean when I say we would have to know B, for example. If I know, for example, B is 12 and let's say C was 15, I would also have to know the angle between them, which is the angle at A. Let's say that's 30. If we've got this condition, then we can use sine to find the area of this triangle. If we don't, we cannot use the rule. So what does the rule say? So the rule says that to find the area, the formula is half AB sine C, where sine C is the angle and A and B are the two sides that the angle is in between. Okay, so at this point, pause the video, write the formula down, because now we're going to use it for our 3 examples that we are going to do. Beautiful. So in our first example here, we're asked to work out the area of the triangle shown below, and it's not drawn accurately. So we've got side 6, 11, and the included angle is 83. Beautiful. We know that we've got all the things that we need here. So a good practice is, so area is equal to, good practice is to write our formula out. So it's half AB sine C, and remember, a multiplication is happening between A and B and sine C. So we're going to substitute in our formula. So it's going to be half multiplied by A. A and B could be either side, so it doesn't really matter. It's multiplication. So 6 multiplied by 11 multiplied by sine, and the angle at C is 83. Beautiful. So all we need to do now is just substitute this into our calculator. So we're going to do half multiplied by 6 multiplied by 11 multiplied by sine 83, and I'm going to give my answer to 1 decimal place. So I've got here 32.8 centimeters squared, and this is to 1 decimal place. So remember, area is measured in squared units, so I've got to put my centimeter squared. Absolutely brilliant. Yes, it's really that simple. So most of the times all we need to do is to know our formula, know the sides of the triangle and how to label them accurately. Once we do, it's very easy from there. Absolutely fantastic. So let's go ahead now to do a second example. So here we're asked to work out the area of the triangle. Again, not drawn accurately. We're given two sides, and also we know the angle in between them. So therefore, the area is simply going to be equal to half AB sine C. So it's going to be half multiplied by A. I'm going to put my A to be 10 and my B to be 14, and that's been multiplied by sine of 30. This could also have been a non-calculator paper, because we could find sine 30 as an exact trig value. So we're going to put that in our calculator now. So half times by 14, 10 times by 14 times by sine 30, and that gets me exactly to 35 centimeters squared. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to do it as a non-calculator question, just to remind you of how to use your exact trig values. So we're doing 30 degrees. We're going to need to do sine of 30. We need to use the triangle where we have got hypotenuse to be 2. This side is 1, and the side here is root 3. So we got 60 degrees here, and this was split in half, so this is 30. So I need the sine of 30. So remember, sine is equal to, so let's just write that, sine is equal to opposite over hypotenuse. So the opposite side here is 1, and the hypotenuse is 2. So therefore, sine 30 could also be represented in its exact trig value as 1/2. Therefore, what we would have needed to do is to do half multiplied by 10 times by 14, and then multiply that by a half again. Beautiful. So we could do it this way. Half of 10 is 5, multiplied by half of 14, which is 7. 7 times 5 also gives us 35. There we would have done a non-calculator question using our exact trig values. Yes, it is that simple. Absolutely brilliant. So now we're going to do our final example. So here we are given this question. It says the area of triangle ABC. So this time we're given the area. And we're told that the area is 350 centimeters squared. We're asked to work out the length of AB. So I'm just going to put here and call AB X. That's what we want to find. Now, all we need to do, guys, we can see we just got the angle and the side, but we actually know the area. So all we need to do is to write our formula out, substitute the values that we know into the formula, and then rearrange our formula to make X the subject. How smart of us. Let's go. So we know that our area is equal to, so half AB sine C is equal to the area. Therefore, we can substitute because we know what the area is. So our angle here is our sine C, and we got 19, but we don't know the side AB. So let's substitute what we know and then solve for the unknown. So I've got half of, I'm going to put 19, so half multiplied by 19 times by X, because I don't know what it is, times by sine 38 for my angle is equal to the area, which is 350. Beautiful, centimeters squared. Now all I've got to do is to simplify it. So what we can do is to just multiply all of this here, half 19 multiplied, half times 19, and then I can simplify that to get my coefficient of X. Okay, so half times by 19, just to make sure I don't make any mistake, 19 divided by 2, that's 9.5. So I've got 9.5x times by sine 38 is equal to 350. So if you can see here, I am multiplying by 9.5 and I'm also multiplying by sine 38. So I can divide by those on both sides. So X then would be equal to 350 divided by 9.5 times by sine 38. So we're doing the inverse of our operation. We were multiplying by 9.5 and also by sine 38. So if I put that on the other side, I am dividing 350 by 9.5 and also by sine 38. Okay, so we're going to put that in our calculator now. So I'm going to do 350 divided by 9.5 times sine 38. So X then would be equal to, I'm just going to put my answer to one decimal place. It's 59.8 centimeters. And they've asked me for the length AB, which I use for X. I'm just going to write, therefore, AB is equal to 59.8 centimeters. So guys, you can see here, I know my formula. I cannot stress enough how important it is to be able to rearrange a formula to make a variable the subject. So if you know you're not that strong with that at all, you can see that to solve equations, we've got to be able to rearrange our formula. So I would suggest you watch this video here. make sure you watch this video on rearranging formula to solidify your rearranging skills. Absolutely fantastic. So guys, we've now come to the end of our series. I'm going to be putting some exam style questions on non-right angle triangle onto our TikTok page, where you can get an idea of what are the different styles, what are the application, and also to see questions that have a little bit of sine, cosine, and area rule all in one question. Beautiful. So let's just summarize. So remember, we've said that in order to use sine to find the area of a triangle, we must first know two sides and the angle in between them. We also talked about the formula for finding the area of a non-right angle triangle is half AB sine C. So once we have written our formula down, we just need to substitute our values from our triangles into the formula and then rearrange to make either the angle or the given side the subject. Absolutely fantastic. So you could be given the two sides and not the angle, but you're given the area. Just substitute, rearrange. Then you would have needed to do the inverse of your function for your angle. So guys, thank you so much for watching all the way through this lesson, through all the different sections. And I know that you are now one smart cookie as it comes to the non-right angle triangle in finding its lengths and its angles as well. Make sure you share the channel with a friend. Lots of goodies here should not be kept to yourself. Make sure you share and also comment, like the videos, so that the YouTube algorithm can also share the channel with other new users as well. So guys, until my next upload, thank you so much for watching.